Hello guys, in this video we are gonna learn about else statements. So this is where we left off in our previous video. So in this video, I'm just gonna change our real life example a little bit and then write a code that will do the job. So in our real life example, what we are doing is that if it is raining, then we play video games, right? So if we add another thing, which is if it is not raining, then do some homework. So we are making this line dependent to raining too. So if it is raining, then we do something. If it is not raining, which we can use the keyword else in here, we are gonna do some homework. So what we can do is that just use the else statements. So the way the else statement works is that if the if statement is set out to be wrong, then we are going to enter this else statement. So let me write the syntax first. We put the keyword else, then we put curly brackets. And the way this works is similar to if statement. So we do execute the command inside this curly brackets. Okay, now let me copy this and put it inside this else statement. Now, when I save it, pay attention to the changes. As you can see, we no longer print this line. So let's see step by step why. We set the raining to be true. So we have this if statement, if raining, which is true. Raining is currently containing the value true. We do this stuff, which we did. As you can see, we printed out them. So we then have this else statement. So our code then sees this else statement. Then it says, oh, this if statement is set to be true, so there is no need for the else statement. So the way this else statement works is that the if statement is false, then we are entering this else statement. If this if statement is true, then we are skipping this else statement. That's it for else statement. So let's say I set this to be false. So this if statement is set to be false, therefore we skip this if statement. We enter this else statement, right? Because if statement is set to be false. And then we print this line. So that's the way how else statement works. And there are some key points to pay attention in the else statement. So first one is that you can't open any else statement in any part of your code as you would like. So there must be a case, which is the if statement. So what I mean is that I can't open any else statement in here because there is no if statement behind this else statement, right? That's one thing to know. Another thing is that when you have else statement, okay, it should be right after the if statement. So I can't declare any variable in here. As you can see, it prints out another error. So you can think that the else statement is you can open any else statement if there is an if statement. So this is complete. The else statement is optional. If you want, you just use an if statement. If you have any other condition, which is if this statement is false, then we will use this else statements. And then that's the whole point actually. If something is false, we enter this else statement. If something is true, then we do this if statements, code whatever inside the square brackets, then we skip this else statement. And the code that is outside these if or else statements is gonna be executed in all cases. Let's say console.log. This is outside the if statement. Let's say when I save it, as you can see, this is getting printed. We change this condition to be true. It's once again getting printed. So if or else statement doesn't change the fact that whether the code that is outside these statements will execute or not. So I hope you get this else statements. And one more thing I almost forgot, you can have multiple else statements for one if statement. So if I say else in here, it produces an error. What we can do is that, let's say we set another condition. Let's say let hunger equals true. So if this is equals to true, that means we are hungry. And then we can open another if statement in here and say let if hunger. So if hunger is true, then we are gonna console.log eating. So we can use an else statement console.log if we are not hungry, then we are, let's say, not eating. As you can see, this is an else statement is completely independent from this if else statements. They are just two different things. They are distinct from each other, right? So let's say rating is true. Okay, if rating is true, then we execute these commands. We skip this else statement. Then our code sees this line if hunger is also true. Then we execute this command. We skip this else statement. Let's set this to be false and also this one too. So doing some homework, not eating. So as you can see, raining is false, we execute the else statement. Hunger is false, we execute this else statement. That's the whole idea behind this if else statements. You can take them as a pair. So you can't use else statement without an if statement. So I hope you get it. And in our later videos, we are gonna see if and else statement inside each other. We are gonna see some symbols like this, like this, like this. We are gonna see some comparisons, like we are gonna compare numbers to a number. So it will be fun. But before coming to that point, please learn these very well. It's so important. So learning the basics of if else is really, really important. Please do learn them right now. And that's it for this video. If you have any question, please leave a comment and have a great day.